Good morning. Thank you for taking a few moments with me in the Word. One of my favorite passages in the Word is found in Exodus chapter 33, because over 30 years ago, it revolutionized my walk with God. It made such an impact on my life and transformed me, and I want to share this with you today. In verse 7, it says, "And Moses took the tabernacle, and he pitched it without the camp, afar off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation. And it came to pass that everyone which sought the Lord went out unto the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp. And it came to pass, when Moses went out unto the tabernacle, that they all the people rose up and stood every man at his tent door, and looked after Moses until he was gone into the tabernacle." Now I want to go on and bring it down to verse 11. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaks unto a friend." And we have an invitation to have a face-to-face relationship with the Lord. In fact, I heard him tell me, it's about a week ago, that we have been enjoying his presence, but he wants to draw us in closer where we're face to face with him, and he speaks mouth to mouth. See, he's no respecter of persons. If he's done it for one, he'll do it for another. And the thing about Moses is Moses wasn't born again because redemption had not been brought yet. I mean, he was a godly man. He lived after God, but he was not born again. You and I, because of the blood of Jesus, are born again children of God. So how much more do we have the opportunity to be able to speak to God face to face as a man does to a friend? But here's something here that we read that's very interesting. It says that everyone who sought the Lord, in other words, everyone who was a seeker of God, was invited to come outside of the camp into that tabernacle of the congregation. But it lets us know Moses was the one that went. The rest of them, they stood up at their tent doors. In other words, they stayed where it was comfortable. They weren't going to be inconvenienced. They didn't go past their tent doors and outside the camp into the tabernacle congregation. Oh, they were feeling something where they were at. It says that they bowed down where they were at. So they were experiencing an overflow of the presence of God. But it was inconvenient for them to go to the tabernacle congregation. It could have been uncomfortable for them. It was going to stretch them beyond what they're used to be stretched. But the opportunity they had. They had the opportunity to meet face to face with God, just like Moses did, and to sit down with God as a friend. You know, the word lets us know that because of that, Moses knew the ways of God. The children of Israel knew the acts of God. See, they knew what God could do. They knew what his ability was, and they even witnessed his miracles. But Moses knew his ways. Moses had that intimate face-to-face relationship with God that allowed him to know the secrets of God and the ways of God and how he works. So you and I, we're taking up our Father on his invitation to come up close to him and have that face-to-face relationship with him. I love you, and I look forward to being with you the next time.